Okay, so today we're going to talk about the expressions of geometric formulas, and then we're going to work on solving them. This is 1.1 day 4 in your notes. We will be using the following formulas throughout this course, so I want you to look them up and write them in your notes, and I will be checking them. So I want you to fill out all of these formulas, and for example, when you do that, when you write perimeter of a rectangle, you can write perimeter and then draw a little rectangle equals. And area of a rectangle will be denoted by area of a rectangle equals, and then you can write out that formula. So I want you to take a minute and get these all copied in your notes. You can pause the video so you can see this, and I will be checking for these when I see you next. So the next thing we're going to talk about is, given a picture, can we find the area and the perimeter of the following? So first we need to recognize what shape this is, and obviously this is a rectangle. The area and perimeter of a formula of a rectangle is given in our notes that we just completed, and we want to solve these given that x equals -2. So I want to find the area of the rectangle and the perimeter of the rectangle. And so if you notice, if you can go back and you check, the area of a rectangle is length times width, and the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times our length plus 2 times our width. So given that information, I need to find length and width. So off to the side here, I'm going to find my length. Length equals, we can say that this is my length, 3x plus 10, and x is -2. So we have 3 times x, which is -2, plus 10. And I like to show that so you can see the difference in what x is. So now order of operations tells us 3 times -2 is -6, plus 10 is -4. Positive 4, excuse me. Our length is +4. So now I need my width. My width is -6x plus 2. So I have -6 times x again, which is -2, plus 2. -6 times -2 is negative times a negative is a +12, plus 2 is 14. So my width is 14. Knowing that information, I can now plug that in to my area is length 4 times width 14. And off to the side, you can multiply 14 times 4, and you get the area of the rectangle is 56. And this has not given us units, so we will go ahead and just use U for units, and area is always squared. Put a box around that final answer, please. The next one we're going to do is the perimeter. Well, we've already found our length and our width, and so given that information, we have perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times L, 4, plus 2 times my width is 14. Order of operations again says to multiply before we add. So we have 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2 times 14 is 28, and 8 plus 28 is 36. Now that's my perimeter of my rectangle, and again that's units, and this is a one-dimensional unit. This is a length, so it is not squared. So there are my two solutions. We've got my area is 56 units squared, and my perimeter is 36 units. Okay, and the next one I want you to try on your own is given the same information. So go ahead and jot this picture down. And again, I'm going to remind you, given x equals -2. So I want to find the area of the triangle and the perimeter of the triangle. So the first thing you need to do is write out the formulas. Then you need to, these formulas use base and height. So then you need to find B, find H, plug them in, and you should have area of a triangle equals something, units squared, and my perimeter will just be units. There will not be units squared. So this is what I'm going to be checking. This is negative 6x, 5 times the quantity x plus 4, and the hypotenuse here is 15.6. This is a right triangle, so this is my base, and this is my height. If you have any questions, please come see me before class. Otherwise, this is what I'll be expecting, and I will be checking this for points. Thank you, and have a nice day.